Hey, it's Saturday night. It's time for a PNN pop-up. Kind of a late one, but we had our psychic party for members a little while ago. We just finished up. And I thought I was done for the day, but then I went, no, I have to do a PNN pop-up, so I'm back. Just want to ask a few questions, a few things. And I'm going to pull some cards about Stephen Miller and some other crazy characters, shall we say. And what I'm going to ask is, what is his fate? Just going to ask that. What is Stephen Miller's fate? We're using the nefarious cards for obvious reasons. I'm sure that he's very, very, very upset. Let's ask this first. How is his wife leaving him for Elon going to affect him? We'll hone in on that in particular. Stephen Miller's wife leaves him for Elon. I still think he's the one that punched Elon in the face. Eight of Wands, Judgment, Lovers. It's going to bring something quickly to the surface. So I'm asking about Stephen Miller's, how it's going to affect him that his wife left him for Elon. Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy towards Judgment and the Lovers. Okay, let me ask the guides about this. He's going to start acting more erratic and more abrupt, less thinking, more just reacting in the job that he's in. And I think he's going to do something that's too reckless to not be, I want to say, arrested for. So let's ask for more about that. Yikes. So let's just ask about Stephen Miller's position presently in the regime and how things are going to be for him now. He is the disseminator of all the points in Project 2025. Eight of Cups, this is regretting what he's done in the past because he's held accountable. The Magician and the Nine of Cups. As far as Stephen Miller's position goes, the Magician indicates that there are things that people that want to save our lives and save our democracy are going to throw into the mix. The Nine of Cups indicates overflowing emotions. I'm really picking up that Stephen Miller is pissing a lot of MAGAs off, and that the Eight of Cups points to digging up his past crimes. So let's ask this. I do have a pendulum, I think. Let's ask the rods. Will Stephen Miller's position in this fascist regime be compromised? Yes. Bonked me in the head. Yes, it will be compromised. Stephen Miller's position in the fascist regime will be compromised by what comes out. Yeah. That's a strong yes. It keeps wanting to bonk me right in the head. Will that force him to leave the administration? Yes. Would it be within the next week? Something's going to happen within the next week. Is Elon going to tell on Stephen Miller? That's a yes. That's my bird clock in the background. It's 9 o'clock. Let's just find out a little bit more about that. Three cards about. I see a disruption. I see like an avalanche for Stephen Miller. I'm not really sure what that is. Like I see rocks tumbling down a hill. So a little bit further about him. And then I will have had enough with this energy. Oh yeah, he has it coming to him. It's just a matter of time before he's held accountable. This seems to be pointing to his human trafficking scheme. 10 of Swords, massive pain, and the connection to Putin. This whole thing is all Putin's doing. So he's connected directly or indirectly. Let's ask this. Is it connected to Russia? Yes. It's connected to Russia. He's connected to Russia. Well, I would say, you know what Dumpy always goes on about Russia, the Mueller report, all that. Well, that all was true and that all happened. And let's ask about Putin and the war. What's going on with the war in Ukraine? That I keep getting, Russia has lost the war for a week now. Okay. Putin. Because you know what? When Putin falls, this whole thing falls. It does. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups again. It will be crystal clear what Miller has been doing in terms of criminality. What I want to ask now, is this what brings him down? Is this criminality what brings him down? It's not his criminality that brings... Okay, let me ask another question, because I was asking about Putin and his connections to Stephen Miller. So let's ask this. Is Russia losing this war? Russia is losing this war. So just to test the rods, is Russia winning this war? Is Russia currently winning this war? The rods are all over the place. That's a no. Is Russia currently winning this war? I have a no. Sometimes it takes a little while to get there. It's a strong no. Is Stephen Miller connected to the Kremlin? Strong yes. When the Kremlin falls, will Trump fall? Whoops, I'm in the way. When the Kremlin falls, will Trump fall? Yes. Okay, well that was a little interesting foray into using the rods. I kind of feel like I've been like not been able to find my pendulums because I hide them. So that I would start using the rods a little bit. But I do have a pendulum right in front of me. Okay, let's read on Dumpy's mental health. Okay, let's read on this rather than reading on his mental health because we know that it's failing. miserably. Let's read on the effects of his mental health, and let's read the deck of character. The effects of Dumpy's mental health on things right now. And I was watching Midas Touch, and the screed that Dumpy wrote recently, the one, I think it was the one where he bashed Leonard Leo, who basically helped him to get in the position that he's in. Extremist, Christian nationalist, billionaire, multi-billionaire. Since then, since that post, how's it going for him? How's he doing? How's Dumpy doing? So our deck of character will give us a little bit of a story. He's got blood on his hands. This is Dumpy's. When I see blood on his hands, what I think is about those deportees that are being sent to concentration camps. But Dumpy's mind is a total maze. And here's the dumpster. He's not doing well. And remember how I always say that it feels like Dumpy's mind is like the walls closing in and things getting dark? The cave. So that's where he is. This is where Dumpy is right now. He knows he has blood on his hands. You can even count COVID, you know, for that matter, about that. His mind is an absolute maze that he can't get out of. The walls feel like they're closing in for him. And he's trash. He's trashed. Dumpy is a mess. Let's pull a few cards from the Psychic Tarot to see how we're going to do. And I know there's a lot of scary things happening out there, but I still feel the light. I feel the light. I feel the light, and it's very, very strong. And just that feeling is keeping me from really buying into, oh no, this is happening, no, that's happening. Sometimes you're better off just focusing on the feeling of the light. And remembering that we've been through hard times in this country before. I know it's always different, but we have to keep our faith. So 3 cards about where we're at. In this country. We just have to keep fighting. We're in a disruption time. Prosperity Begins doesn't really sound like that the murder bill is going to succeed. And I was just talking about feeling the light and I'm not afraid because I feel the light intuitively. So, let's pull a few Osho cards before I go. And these are the ones that I always pick for Off the Ledge in the morning. Thank you for joining us for Off the Ledge. And I'm just going to pull 3 cards about we the people and democracy. And then I'll close this down, and before I do, to remind you, we have Church of Spirituality tomorrow. Every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we pray for our country, so please join us. And it's a new month, so we'll have a new theme. So 3 cards about our democracy. A message about our democracy. There it is. We have the intuition card, and now we have listen to your inner voice. And I just said it. I feel like the light is really strong. And the light is stronger in the face of the darkness. My guides just told me to say that, to tell you that. The light is beautiful, strong, innocent, and this is success. I'm asking about our democracy moving forward. Success. When we just focus on the good, we're more powerful. We listen to our inner voice. Success for our democracy. It's because we're all involved and we're all doing our part. and we're not getting dragged down by the darkness. We're activating, but we're not going to let ourselves get pulled down. There are awesome, great people in this country. We're undergoing a huge test. We have to keep our eye on the ball and know we'll make it through, all right? So just keep the faith and keep working hard. And we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. Have a great night or day or whenever you're watching this. Bye.